just realized I forgot. Updated. Good. Kick starting.
I think so.
Beautiful Sunday morning. You are listening to and or watching the Super Gamecast. I'm your host, Rob Signori, joined by the always awesome Aaron Reynolds.
Hi, how you doing? How is it over there in Blood Gulch?
Blood, Blood Gulch Outpost #1.
What?
Great.
Good. Great.
Oh God.
It's going wonderful here in green.
In green. In the Matrix.
Yeah,
Deep in the code.
basically.
And it's
See,
gross
now,
in
now we
here.
need to get Emily some dumbass background.
Y'all can fuck off. First off.
Um, so I should explain why I have this behind me right
Why do you
now.
have this?
Yes, please enlighten us.
So we turned this room into an office, and the third Sunday of every month, my girlfriend plays games on her PC with her friend, and she does not want to be seen in the background if she has to go through.
That's fair.
So I was just like, all right, let's see how well NVIDIA Broadcast does this background shit.
I gotta say, so far it's been flawless.
Yeah,
Right?
I was
It's
gonna
so
say, nailed
good.
it. The
This is
notes.
really good.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I was thinking about getting an AMD graphics card for my next run around, but I'm I might have to change that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is really cool.
It's,
Did I uninstall NVIDIA Broadcast because it was doing all that other garbage?
yes, I definitely
Some
need to be
bullshit
aware
that
of when
it
I'm
didn't want you
not
to do.
like streaming or doing a broadcast to turn it off.
Right.
Like that's something that I can say about it is like if I am not in a meeting or a like something or noise going on, like yeah, no, it need to turn it off. That said, it's getting to the season where I have to leave it on 24/7 anyway because of the air conditioner.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh, shit.
yes,
Just got to
Okay.
figure out how it works.
yep. So yeah,
All right.
um, so yeah, that's been a thing. Hey, Emily's back. She had a surgery. She lived. She lived.
Yeah.
I survived. I lived to tell the tale of getting my appendix removed. Uh, no, seriously. Like I was scheduled to have the surgery this last Monday, May 20th.
Mm-hmm.
But at about 8:20, one of the surgical team members was like, "I hate to be the bearer of bad news." I had already been there since like 6:45. I had an IV going in my left hand. I had a blood pressure wrap on my left arm. I had wraps around my legs to keep the blood circulation going while I'm in surgery. He comes in around 8:20 saying, "I'm sorry, we have to cancel your surgery." And I'm like, "Motherfucker, I
What are you
swear to
talking
God."
about?
Exactly.
I,
Apparently, there was a clinical error where the surgeon in question was on vacation, and no one
that's
knew. No, the
That's
fucked
fucked
up
up.
part is that no one knew. No one, like, realized what the fuck was going on until that day because they were like, where's our doctor? Where's our surgeon? Where the fuck is he?" It was a clusterfuck. Only one
Unbelievable.
surgery that day got through.
That's
And it's
wild.
understandable because he drove 4 hours to get to the
Uh,
hospital.
yeah, so let me tell you, as someone who has had a lot of experience in the United States medical system, um,
It fucking sucks.
yeah, it's real bad, and a lot of it's because of our lovely middleman of, you know, insurance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that
So,
too.
I just love
Um,
like planning for something while the main guy is not there. It's not
hmm
planned. It planned to
I
not be there.
know.
I assume this was not sprung on anyone. This was probably in the books somewhere.
I am
Somehow,
this.
some way, it probably was.
I have an idea of probably what happened. Um,
Okay.
so a lot of doctors who work at hospitals are not actually part of that hospital staff. They're just dudes who are
Mm.
basically freelancers, and they probably
Okay.
Yeah,
scheduled with
there's a
this
couple of
guy,
those.
and he never got the memo.
He
Damn.
is part of the hospital though, because he has his
Oh,
own office on the surgical clinic building.
oh, then that was
Oh,
just a massive fuck up by them.
Yeah,
I guess
it was a
so.
clinical error,
Yeah,
Good
is
lord.
yeah,
what the official answer was.
I
But
see.
I had gotten 2 calls
such a
that day saying that the
non-answer.
surgery was Wednesday. And then
Shh.
Wednesday morning, yeah, 2 days later. So it still worked. And then that Wednesday morning, I get a call from the team saying, "Hey, just running ahead of schedule. How soon can you get here?" So I was there from 10:15 Wednesday morning up until 3 in the afternoon.
Okay.
But
Uh,
Balasian with a comment in the chat saying hospitals suck.
Yeah, they do.
They
But the
do,
people
sir.
that work in those hospitals, God love them.
Yeah, no,
They're
I can say
they're wholesome.
a lot of my doctors were great. Most of my nurses were great. Yeah,
Every one of my nurses were phenomenal.
I had one
Like,
nurse
I
that was
love
like
each and every one of them to pieces.
my last house. I had one
So,
nurse that was like oddly rude, but the rest were great. Like it was,
That's
yeah,
I'm not surprised, but
and I'm just like, yeah. So I don't know. It's it's one of those things. Um,
yeah.
anyway, believe it or not, this is not a podcast. Let's cast about surgery or medical
wouldn't that be
Or
issues
fun?
hospitals.
or hospitals. We talked about
Yeah, I
hospitals
can
a
talk
lot.
about the fact that I have 3 scars on my stomach, so, hey.
Yeah. Hold on. Comment in the chat. Thankfully, having a wife and nurse work there for years, you hear enough of what happens there. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I
I mean,
bet.
my mom was a nurse for 20, 30 years, so I know
Also,
those stories too.
Mhm.
bootleg Nick Fury, everyone.
Oh, this art that's
Bottle
been
that
on
I
these
had
Coke
last
cans.
night.
Yeah.
The Coke bottle that I had last night had Moon Knight on it, and I was just like, "My boy,
Did it
my sweet
actually
Well,
look
boy."
good? Did the Moon Knight look
Moon Knight
good?
probably looked good.
It's somewhere in this
This
house. I
Nick
think it's
Fury looks
downstairs.
like he's fucking homeless.
That Nick Fury is interesting. Here's a crossover for you with McDonald's Marvel's Nick Flurry. Um,
Ah!
and
Ah!
no, I
Oh,
told Bronson
Jesus
this
God.
already, but I went to a fighting game thing a couple weeks ago. Went to get a Coke,
Right.
and I was like, "Why is Steven Seagal on my Coke bottle?" And it's like, "No, it was Blade. It was Blade. I this
Oh,
the art is
that's
something."
it's
uh,
something else, yeah.
I I will say that Daredevil one was pretty good. Like
Yeah, the
Sure.
Daredevil one is
I
good.
got a
I've seen
can
that
that
one.
had Daredevil on it, and I was like, that's not bad. That's pretty good.
They had Rocket Raccoon. It's like it's really hard to mistake Rocket Raccoon for anything else. Like,
Yeah,
A little bit.
yeah.
But wait.
oh, it's Martin Freeman. No, it's Rocket Raccoon. Ah.
Fuck.
So
But yeah, we're about video games, I guess.
yeah, we're about video
Guess?
games.
I
My
guess.
dude.
I don't know.
And speaking of video game press outlets, Aaron and I worked at one for a long time. Me for a very long time.
Sure.
And
Right.
there's less and less of them because IGN or the owner of IGN, I should say, I believe that's Ziff Davis, went
Ziff
out
Mhm.
and
Davis.
acquired the gamer network of sites, including Eurogamer, which includes Digital Foundry, Rock Paper Shotgun, GameIndustry.biz, and VG247 from Reed Pop, who owns PAX, has been looking to get out of the games press business since last year. The other shoe dropped immediately with layoffs hitting at least 3 of the aforementioned sites.
Oof.
How much? How much did he buy all of these guys for?
Doesn't say.
Money.
That's
Lots
a
of money.
high
But,
number if that's the case, because
well, they
I
didn't.
see
They didn't.
articles from VG and Eurogamer, and I'm just like, fuck, dude.
Well, my thing with this is because they're video game websites, they probably got them for a nickel.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I mean,
Or some cheap number.
because this is what's the biggest name on this list here?
Probably Eurogamer. Like they're actually
Probably
kind of still
Eurogamer.
Yeah, I was
relevant
gonna say
in Europe.
Eurogamer and Digital Foundry, those are the two biggest.
Yeah, like Digital Foundry's huge. Probably not for like
Yeah.
all the right reasons, but you
It's
know.
up there.
Well, but that's the thing is this story has brought on a really interesting conversation of what is games writing for at this point?
Ads to
That is a
sell you
valid point.
ads.
To
Ugh,
sell the ads.
God, no, God damn it.
God, it's a dying industry. I've
It really
slowly
is.
come to realize with all
And
these big names buying these
Well,
other.
it's yeah, like IGN, like that's about as big as you get, and they just bought a bunch
Yeah,
of the like other
fairly decent
mid-sized
sized
ones.
names and companies. Yeah.
You
And
know.
layoff shortly after. Rah.
Yeah,
mhm,
so I think they fucked up with one of these. Most of these people, I'm like, whatever. But one of these that stands out is Brendan Sinclair, who's been like a really good reporter forever. Like he was
right.
at GameSpot and like when Jeff was there. That's how long
Yep.
he's been in, and
Wait, they
he
laid
got
him off?
yeah he got laid off. He was the managing
Oh my
editor at
God.
GameIndustry.biz, and then yeah no he was like in, out there a long time ago, and he just
I say he's
yeah
he's been in the game for a minute.
yeah
He's been
so
there for a hot minute.
like I don't know why IGN just wouldn't fold him into their news team. My best guess is his salary is really high,
That's the thing.
Oh, and they couldn't afford that?
or they
Well,
don't
they
want
Sucks to
could. They just don't
They
want to.
could, they just don't want to, which, in the case of IGN, sucks to suck because you just lost a good employee there. So
Well,
fuck you.
so yeah, this got me thinking because I was also listening to a podcast that was talking about the rise of like Gamergate 1.5 being Sweet
Mm,
Baby Inc. and all that crap, which got me thinking about original Gamergate stuff. And I
mhm.
remember, you know, I've talked about this a couple times on the podcast over the
when
years, but
when they
it's
say
like
they're going to release
one of the big things is
2025.
like we want objective reviews, and people are injecting their woke ideologies into their reviews, like referring to Kotaku or whatever.
it,
And I
it,
remember, Jim Stephanie Sterling being like, "You can't have an objective review. There are graphics, there are sounds, and it's going to be subjective. You can't have an objective review."
no
And
you learn that in like journalism classes. Like I took those when I was in college, and like yes they go over what a review is, and they're like yeah it's kind of your opinion. It's an
yeah,
opinion
you're trying to do
piece.
I
the
was
best
gonna
you
say, it's all
can.
subjective at that
And
point.
Right. You're trying to do the best you can, but it's all down to your subjective experience in life.
and then
Um,
there's
Yeah.
the fact that like you know there's this level of like there's two kinds of reviews these days, which is like artistic critique versus buying advice,
mhm.
Mhm.
and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. But yeah, like, but go on. Sorry,
Well,
what were
right.
you saying?
Right. So it came down to like the solution was okay, go find the voices that spoke to you on games and stuff. And what that led to is like go find the influencers that were about the games that you were about. It wasn't about you're not going to a game site that is about criticism or whether you should buy it or not anymore. It's about who is about these kinds of games. Go seek them out. And I think that's just over the years led to less and less reliance on uh what the big sites score it as, other than to see who I can get mad at today or not.
Well, and this how is this going to affect the Metacritic? And
Hmm.
I feel the problem with going to these influencers is it has created like echo chambers in a lot of ways, or
Oh
people
yeah.
who are like reviewing product who probably shouldn't because of several reasons, because they
Hmm.
only play this one type of thing, and of course they're going to like it, like,
Right.
and because that's a double-edged sword, that's
Absolutely. You have to like
uh,
hope you have a Zeppela that's willing to in between like the content grind be able to put out something like, "Hey, I think the game kind of sucks now." And you're not going to have that in a lot of different, games
right,
spaces.
unless there's like a crisis, like when World of Warcraft was going through Shadowlands, or
Yeah, when
Destiny
you
is in
couldn't.
its
Yeah.
current incarnation, you know,
Right.
like the people who are doing the reviews of Marvel Rivals probably aren't going to say much bad about it, and then you aren't held to the standard of an organization. You
No.
know, I remember, that's another thing. Is like you don't have a bunch of like peer review process, or at least one person doing a peer review process. Like Anthony read all of our reviews.
Sure.
Like that. You know,
Well, and what doesn't help is that what the sites are now is people are looking them over to not because like the review is, this way or that regarding it's just more about like, all right, we're making money. That's that's it.
right?
How does this review affect our ability to make money? Who do we have advertising deals with? Um, who do we want to have
And
maintain advertising deals with, etc.
well, and even if they don't let that affect their reviews process, the reviews are never the focus on the site. Like you go on like IGN right now, and it's like, okay, there's a Mad Max Saga review, and
Yep.
then speculation about that new Star Wars show, speculation about X-Men '97. You scroll down, it's an entire section of here are different uh, greatest Withering Wave guides. Here's sales deals, mattress Memorial
Hmm.
Day deals, because you're on a gaming site to buy a mattress. Like,
Look, man, if it's got a USB port inside and speakers, I'm down.
I need speakers and USB ports on my mattress right now.
LED lighting around the rim.
Yeah, just put an LED light around my mattress rim. There you go.
Uh,
Because gamers love the LED rainbows.
I mean, we do, and I'm not gonna look, look.
Yeah, I say that, but well, you know what? My PC, I only have white lights in it. I did that choice intentionally.
Wow,
Yeah.
strong on your part, strong will,
Yep. I only have one RGB thing in the house, and it's the TV stand.
which is awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
yeah. But yeah, like
Um,
it's like here's trailers and the best TVs for PS5, which is just really a way to say here, use our affiliate link for these TVs. You
right.
know, oh, here's ad-free Paramount Plus deal. Here's the best Alienware coupons and deals. Here's yeah, and then you'll get an editorial piece in the middle of this. Why Mad Max movies don't need Mad Max anymore, and then up back to Memorial Day sales. It's just like
Yep.
fucking lord, man.
Yep. It's about selling it to us, and then we go to the people that we follow to hope that they're just about the game. But I bet a number of people follow people who don't, and they're just like, I'm here to support these games, whether they're good or not.
And that's the thing is like that's part of the reason why I like Castle Super Beast is like they'll get a review code, and then immediately on the podcast the next week you hear like, God, this is garbage, and you're like,
Hmm.
warms my heart, warms my heart. Yeah, yeah.
But you got to find those people, and some people just aren't interested. That's not what they're about, you know.
Or yeah, or they're interested in finding the people who back up their worldview. Like they
Well,
don't want
right,
to
right,
find
right.
they don't want to find Castle Super Beast. They want to find Joe Xbox who says positive things about all the Xbox stuff, no matter what is happening. Because they like Xbox.
Yep,
You know,
yep.
uh, and man, I got a slice of that on my Twitter feed this week.
Oh God, really?
Oh, let me tell you, boy. Hellblade came out this week, as we all know. We're gonna get into that later.
Mm-hmm.
But on my Twitter feed, just fucking a bunch of hard and because Twitter just feeds you random gaming shit if you like video games, and I'm just getting a bunch of
Right.
Xbox fanboys slapping their own ass like a baboon, calling Hellblade the game of the year and better graphics than anything on PlayStation. Sony has no first party
Oh shit.
games this year. Like, it's just like, ugh. And it's like, yeah, like so they're probably looking, they find the Xbox YouTuber and who is fully drinking the Kool-Aid, and
Yeah,
that's how they live.
right, right.
So,
And so, and this is like one of the things that's been changing. I mean, not changing. It's been around for a while, but has been accelerating on the internet. Is just crafting. I want people who are supporting the Xbox because I think the Xbox is great, even though it's not doing great right now. So I'm gonna go find the people that are reinforcing that, and that's happening in a lot of places, outside of video games. But I think that's the end result is like, I don't know why you're going to any of these sites anymore, honestly.
like I will go to a site because I'm like, I still like reading reviews from different voices.
Of
That's
course, but that's gonna go away. Not in
yes,
the way that we do it.
yes. I realize that I am weird in that sense too. Like not many people are going to GameSpot, IGN, Eurogamer to see, these these three different dudes give their three different opinions on Paper Mario. Uh,
Right, right. How long do you think until one of these heads of these groups decides I'm going to go into an AI prompt, right? Write an 8.5 out of 10 review of blank. Like I think it's coming.
like from GamerGate or from like IGN.
No. Like it could be IGN, it could be, Washington Post just said they're going to put a whole bunch more AI in their stuff. It could be a newspaper, it could be, a tentpole website. I'm saying like someone's going to do an AI review and just knock it out with a predetermined score to keep everyone happy.
Um, I don't think that's gonna happen at specialist sites like GameSpot or IGN. Like you hear about like you think about that like plagiarism. That one dude who plagiarized at IGN just got like
Yep.
ass reamed and
That's right.
basically
When did
nuked his
that
career.
happen?
Like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't long ago. Okay. Yeah.
So I think that like the specialist sites are still gonna be like at least having that standard. I think they're totally gonna use AI to knock out guides or news articles. Like
Yeah.
but like for reviews, I think that that's relatively safe, especially because it's such a small piece of their business pie. If we're being honest,
Yeah,
um,
as long as it's not just atrocious.
so I think that like once again reviews are pretty safe, but I think like as for like big sites like Washington Post or you know
People that are
you know
not prioritizing games coverage.
yeah, I think you'll totally see that at one of those places. 100%.
Yeah.
Hundred
Yeah.
percent. Yeah, like I think you're not gonna see that from a specialist site. Like you're not gonna see it from Rolling Stone for an album review.
Rolling Stone has been criticized for using AI to write articles, but it hasn't been for a review yet.
Yeah, I just think that there's so we'll see, but
We'll see. But there's just not a lot of interest in these sites for news, honestly, or reviews, really. Like, yeah, reviews are the ones that are kind of dying out. But
I think it depends because I think some reviews, like you go look at certain YouTube channels for certain creators, like, yo, bro, you want to watch a 30-minute review of Dragon's Dogma 2? Like,
I'm not
Susie's.
talking about reviews in general. I'm talking about like for the traditional
Oh,
site.
like a
Like
written
the
review?
value
Yeah.
is in giving the score that affects the Metacritic, which affects your relation with that publisher or
Yeah,
whatever.
right. And I think that the two big ones, like IGN and GameSpot, they don't care. Like, they're big enough to weather the storm so they can kind of tell publishers, eh.
And for
And I
now, like and yeah.
and I also think that another thing when it comes to reviews, in my mind at least, is most people do just look at the score and leave.
Yep.
And because to them it is buying advice or opinion confirmation advice.
Right. Hopefully there's like a pro and cons list right above or below the number, and
Yeah.
then duck.
Like, funnily enough, I think reviews themselves are bigger than ever, but that standard, like, text review, like the
It's the
grind we
text
used to
review,
do,
yeah.
like that shit.
Video reviews people fucking love. I
Oh
love them.
yeah, no, like Dragon's Dogma 2 is actually amazing by Sphere Hunter, 200,000 views.
Hmm.
Street Fighter 6 is amazing, 352,000 views.
Yeah, there's
RE4,
still when it's done well, yeah.
yeah, well, yes, it has to be done well, but like, yeah, so when so and yeah, because who doesn't want to hear a 30-minute breakdown about about Resident Evil 4 remake? Yeah,
Right.
like
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Especially as a second screen experience while you're just doing something else.
yeah, while you're playing your 15th live service game of the day.
Maybe that's the real answer. Reading a text review meant you had to dedicate your attention to it. I'm like, I'm not doing that anymore. It is 2024. What do you think we're doing here?
Yes, that is very much how a lot of people function.
I mean,
Oh,
look, I enjoy reading some things here and there, but one thing I've enjoyed about some specialist gaming reading I've been doing is a lot of them keep it short. There's one large article I want to read that's about the history of press F to pay respects that's sitting here on a tab,
Yeah.
but otherwise,
and,
um,
and yeah, like, to be fair, it's also really easy to like throw Jeff on in the background, while you
real
just
easy. Yep.
play Halo or play a game that doesn't require you to listen to it. You
Right.
know.
Yep.
Um.
Um, Twitch and Twitch streams have really helped this, where you just find someone that is similar taste, throw them on the side while you're playing a different video game, and they're telling you about anything, but hopefully your game comes up. Um,
That's actually something about
and
like Twitch streams that I have trouble with is like I want specific topics. So like that's why I end
mm,
up like I don't watch Jeff live that often. I wait for the podcast to see what he's talking about.
Fair.
Same
right.
thing with like Castle Super Beast. Like like I'll look at Castle Super Beast and I'll be like, all right, what games are you talking about this week? Because
Yep.
time is valuable, and it's just like, okay, this is not a game journalism podcast. That actually sounds like an interesting topic. I'll tune in this week. Yeah.
Right. Right.
So
And I just wonder what the average person who plays video games, what it's actually like, because I feel like we're part of that generation that had uh journalists that we followed, you know?
yes, I
Um,
think that
yeah.
it's kind of split between their following select YouTubers and they kind of just go off vibe and you know I hope they don't end up in an echo chamber and they do find guys like Jeff or Wooly and Pat or like even Dan Reichert.
Mhm.
Mm.
Like
Mhm.
that's the hope. I'd settle for even Asmongold, quite frankly. Um, just
It's like I don't know. If you're on a PC, you go check the Steam reviews. You glance at a few of them from just
but
people. You can
like
get like a whole bunch of reviews real quick from these
but
people.
and this has always been my big problem with user reviews. It's like even worse than the thing I mentioned earlier, where it's just like, well, yeah, you don't know if that person is actually like knows what the fuck they're talking about.
Exactly. But again, that's what
Right.
the quantity portion. That's why the quantity portion works.
But
And then
then like
there's
it
yeah,
it's like it's also the Metacritic problem, but worse, where it's just like, well, 15,000 idiots can be wrong,
absolutely.
or
Yes.
or it can be a review bomb. Like Dragon's Dogma 2 is a great game. I've enjoyed every minute I've played of it, and it's currently sitting at mixed on Steam because a bunch of like people are like, it has a cash shop, but the game doesn't ever present it to you, and you don't need any of that shit. But like you
Right.
can still go on the page, and it's just like cash shop. Hey, there's a cash shop. You
Mhm.
know,
Yep.
cash shop, man. And I like get being mad about microtransactions, but it's just like, come on, bro.
Yep. And that there's the value of someone, a writer, you can just write it out. That's the thing about writing is video. Like you want to put out a video that people are going to watch a bunch, you need to put some work into editing it rather than just sitting in front of a camera and just rambling.
Right,
Um,
and I think that and even back in the day, like what, like a year, like 18 months into when we were at TGA, Nick was like, we need to focus on video. Video is the
right.
future. And that
Because I
was
mean
12 years.
yeah, that's where he came from was video, and that's where things were like really popping up. So he was on track for that, yeah. But like, and here you can do something where you have what Maximilian Dude does, which is just a Twitch stream, and then you just have someone, either Max or someone else, edit it to be tight and you know
And and
uh,
and to do
on that
that,
one topic.
because there have been other Twitch streamers who brought it up. Typically, the guys who do that plan those segments out in those shows too. Like when
Exactly.
Max does the legacy of Akuma, for example.
Yes.
Like he just put out all those videos for
Well,
and he's
especially
just
for him, like yeah, when you're putting out YouTube content, like
you know
there's a chance you're spending so much time streaming on Twitch. Like, how can you not take advantage of? We're already creating content now. Let's do some specific things that we can turn into YouTube videos that will get a bunch of views down the line for anyone who misses the live show. It makes all the sense in the world.
yeah.
Um, but yes, you're right. They at least like put bullet points down for them to hit.
Yes,
Um,
exactly. And that's how
but that's
Anthony.
that's still less
It
preparation.
it is just like, so that show and Anthony did 2 months ago, and we just filmed another episode. Um, like, yeah, we just do a bunch of bullet points and then edit around
Yep.
it. That's what we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, and that's like the good way to kind of just knock that out with minimal preparation. You still got to do a whole bunch of editing and stuff, but you know, yeah, it's just about trying to find ways to present your views in a way that is pleasing to sit and at least listen to, if not watch. Um, and I don't know, these smaller sites. There's just less of the tentpole sites now that people want to go to do that. They're just going to go straight to YouTube and find the influencers they like. And then IGN and GameSpot are being carried by the weight of their name alone. So it's like,
Yeah.
mm,
And and to be fair to IGN, I can't speak for GameSpot. But to be fair to IGN, their news reporting is pretty on point most of the time, and like they fact check obviously, and they're actually like out there making calls and shit, and they're actually doing proper news reporting in between their obvious money farming. Yeah.
yeah. There's some people who have rubbed me the wrong way here and there with one article here or there, but I think you're not gonna avoid that on most sites,
Well, yeah,
especially
especially
ones as big as those.
yeah, and then you know, I think that they have a couple of video series that are pretty good. I enjoy their their podcasts. I haven't listened to them in a while, but they used to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I look at GameSpot, and they occasionally get a video with like they'll get a video with like Lucy or uh, Tamor, I believe his name is.
Amor Hussein.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did a video Hellblade 2 in graphics versus gameplay on this show called Spot On, and
Okay.
then that was pretty decent. But like outside of an occasional video like that, it's like just text articles for days.
It's not. That better be in a form of a fucking Twitter thread or something, and even then, that's old shit now.
Yeah, like it's like you scroll down, like even if you filter and just hit like the news section,
Mm-hmm.
it's like Cuphead Delicious Last Course art book has never before seen content. The Yu-Gi-Oh movie is coming back with a Steelbook Blu-ray release. Get 3 awesome Switch games on a single cartridge. Like it feels like mostly ads between
Mm-hmm.
and then every like 3 or 4 ads is a news story,
Right.
and then every like 10 to 15 spaces it's a actual like video or piece of content that you want to watch, you know.
Yeah. It's
So
videos. Videos are what drive this business now.
yeah, and like for all the critiques you and I have had of Giant Bomb and with the everyone leaving,
Mm-hmm.
um they still do a lot of video.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
they do it they I feel like current Giant Bomb is probably the only way you can do that old model in a modern way, and it still feels
Mm.
gross because of the way they handled certain things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
But they're still trucking along.
you know,
Um, that's what's been really weird following Nextlander and Jeff is like I know Jeff has said he wants to do something more, but honestly, it feels like for both of them, they've kind of instead of reaching out and trying to put out stuff for talking news and things like that, they do have those videos out there, but it just feels like they've kind of gone into their own corners with the people that followed them from Giant Bomb, and we're going to have our own small corner here to talk video games.
I, I
Um,
I think that Jeff wants to expand, but it's like money. Like money is the issue.
there's money. He's taking care of kids and things like that.
Yeah,
It's just
he's got like three
doing it
kids
all
now.
by himself. Did he get a third?
Yeah, I think he has three
Good
kids.
lord.
He has 3 kids. He lives in the most expensive part of the country besides New York.
Yeah.
Like
Those
he's
two
in
are going for it.
yeah. But
God damn.
he has he's got kids, and he's got a house and a life, and I don't know if his partner works or not. I think she does.
Ooh,
And
that's just exhausting.
but yeah, so they yeah, like they very you look at what he's doing, and he's just like okay, he has 6,455 Patreons. Let's say most of
Mhm.
them pay for the $10 tier because that's where you get that dope ass show Game Boys for Men
Yeah,
or
sure.
Game Boys to Men. Let's say let's average it out to like $7 times 6,500 people. Okay, he's making 45 grand a month, but you can take about a third of that away for taxes,
And Patreon.
and Patreon gets it cut. So let's say he's making like 30K. It's like, okay, well, he needs to pay his salary. And I'm not sure if you've ever bought private insurance, everybody. It's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And he's even said, like, yeah, a reason a lot of people don't do independent coverage or independent development is, like, they need health insurance, and you can't start getting big discounts on health insurance until you have 10 employees.
Mm.
And 10 employees is a big ask for, a games coverage website.
Like we
A
had
little bit.
12,
A little bit.
and you know, sorry, go ahead.
Emily was just saying a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Okay. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
but yeah, at the height of like 12 people, like, yeah,
And
but,
like, yeah, you can make 12 people work, but it's like you essentially have to break off into two podcasts. You have to do a video show every single day to justify what you're paying. Cuz like,
also with that setup, no one was getting paid.
yeah, like let's think about this. Like even if you made like 45K, which is below the median and is like not, you times that by 12, that's $540,000 a year in just salary. That doesn't include
Hmm.
their insurance benefits. That doesn't include their fucking any equipment they need. Oh, we want to ship you guys out to E3. Well, that's gonna cost. You
Hmm.
know. Yeah, like it's yeah, it's expensive. It's fucking
Yeah, yeah.
expensive. And
I mean, you're not going to E3 anymore, first of
well,
all.
yes,
But
PAX, GDC, wherever.
yeah.
Let's make the
Um,
Tokyo Game Show important again.
yeah, right. I
Oh,
mean, something that I think those guys learned is while E3 was happening, it's like we don't have to be there.
yeah.
Like we don't, and especially post pandemic, everyone knows the drill on how to get a video call going. Let's go.
Um,
Let's just do this.
what was it? But like it's expensive. Like, let's say let's say your let's say your total cost per employee is like 55K. Like, and that's low. That's low. That's super low. You know.
There- I got to look at what Aftermath. They've been setting some goals for themselves, and it's like low. Um, they're like they just passed like 3,000 people subscribing for a group of like 5 people, and if they get to 4,000, they can do it full time, which makes me wonder what
What
the
salaries are they
cost is
taking?
on
What's their
that because
insurance
they
benefits
have to be
like?
low. They have to be crazy low.
Yeah, because like I just did the math on that of like, okay, 55K per employee, and that's factoring in your insurance and vacation benefits and then some other stuff. And you're like, that's 660,000 a year. Jeff's whole thing right now, the take home after tax, is currently 360,000. Now, this is assuming you have 12 employees, which would be a shit ton of people. But,
Right.
like, and then in Jeff's case, he says, like, yeah, eventually I want to get to the point of, like, having a studio
Yeah.
again.
That's the thing. Yeah, having a studio in where he lives is like, okay.
Dude,
All
no,
right.
because, like, Anthony and I talked about, like, doing computer repair and, like, doing a computer repair shop and that kind of thing. And
Yeah.
it's like, we're not, like, Bay Area expensive, but an average house in this city is, like, $600,000.
Mhm.
And it's just like renting even the tiniest area for a pair of workbenches and some inventory is like, it's like 3 grand a month. So I can, even a small studio would probably cost Jeff like tens, if not hundreds of thousands.
Yep. And
Uh,
yeah, and then that's, you're paying for people's income on top of health insurance, on top of a studio. That's a hell of a lot. But the problem is he's got to start growing. He has to start growing beyond what he's doing in order to grow the money.
yeah, and the thing is I've seen him sit at this 6 to 7 thousand number for a little over a year. I remember he
Yeah.
started at like 3 or 4, and now he's up to 6 or 7. So he is growing. And I have noticed if you've been on his YouTube recently, oh, he's starting to make thumbnails now. Like,
Right. Yes, I did notice that recently.
yeah, I was just like, oh, he's doing thumbnails. That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah. I really loved his new podcast episode thumbnail. It's pretty fantastic.
It's good.
Oh,
It's good.
you know.
Um
But
he got over like 10,000 views, so we know from our bullshit that the thumbnail counts for a lot when you're at low view numbers.
Yes, and like
Holy crap.
and the thing
Bet.
is like 10 to 20,000 isn't that much. Like it's not.
Yeah,
Like
unfortunately, yeah, no.
to give you some perspective, I got to see like the back end side of our old place before I left, and like a YouTube video we had that got 500,000 views made a little over like $540.
Hmm.
Now scale this with inflation, that's probably like $800 now. So like
Still,
yeah, like
damn.
Jeff on YouTube AdSense is probably making like $20 per video.
Right.
You know,
Right.
like, and then like, okay, he's making good money off of his Patreon, which thank God for Patreon, and then whatever he gets on Twitch, which that I have no concept for. And then next to Lander, like I love those dudes, but I have fallen off Nextlander harder than I have Jeff even. Like
Hmm.
like way harder. And they have significantly more Patreons. They have
Right.
11,849. Um, you know, and they start at, and their lowest tier is higher than Jeff's.
Hmm.
So like let's say you do five, let's see what they're pulling possibly. Let's say once again $7. We'll average it out to around $7 times 11,800. So they're pulling 82 grand a month, but you divide that by three people, you
Yep.
know, and they're probably making more than that because they have direct they have higher tiers that are like 25 100, you know
Right.
so
Yeah, I'm wondering how Aftermath is going along because their two low tiers are $7 and $10,
who is.
and they have a Aftermath,
Oh yeah.
and they have a benefactor that's $99 a month. I can't imagine a lot of people are doing that, but I imagine it's also not zero. And they have a little over 3,000 subscribers. It's not a lot of money,
Well,
and
and
just
then and then you have cases like kind of funny who have like two Patreons. Like you have kind of
Mm,
Mhm.
funny for like generalist content, kind of funny games for gaming content.
Yeah,
right.
And they don't have their members displayed. How many members they have?
right. Okay, great.
So
Um,
I can't give you an idea.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's real tough out here for the games writer, the games reviewer at this point. You gotta have a video editor or be the video editor,
Right,
and
and
then
then on top of
thumbnail
that,
game and all that.
yeah, and then on top of that, you also have, you know, like if to do coverage the way you used to with like, oh, we have a studio or we have a space and we have a bunch of people who go to a space. It's just like unless if you were to like merge Jeff and Nextlander's Patreons, like you might be able to do it
Yep,
and get convince them all to move to one space, which is never going to happen.
never gonna happen.
You know, like even us, like okay, our little conglomerate of people, like let's say we blew up tomorrow, like okay, let's say everyone takes about a 45K salary, times that by us three, Ninja, and we'll throw Duncan on for fun. You
Sure.
know, just in salary, that's $225,000 a year.
Yeesh.
Holy shit.
Or no, sorry,
You do
220. Oh no, that is right. That is right. Sorry. And then you probably throw on a bunch more for insurance, and we wouldn't take PTO. We would just do rotations for people who need days off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's a lot, man. Running a business is fucking expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
sure is, and it just the eyes for gaming content is on creators making videos, doing streams. It's less and less on these text websites.
I'm very curious what like how Castle Super Beast is monetizing because they don't do Patreon at all. They do run sponsorships on the Twitch and on their own channels.
Mm-hmm.
They don't make a ton of money on YouTube AdSense. So it's like, are they just like staying afloat through like Twitch Primes and Twitch donations? Is
Man,
that
I don't know. Yeah.
It's
that's
possible, but who
yeah
knows?
yeah. All right, well that's our games coverage stuff. Um,
Yeah. That news story came up, and it's like, all right, time to talk about the shit we've been thinking and talking about for fucking. Oh
Ever?
God.
14 years.
Yeah, ever.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Over
wait,
14 years because we
16 years.
started. Yeah, 6. Yep.
So,
Ooh,
and I still love
yeah,
talking
we've been
about it. I
talking
still
about
love
this for a
thinking about it.
minute.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yep.
all right, Nintendo. So we got some Nintendo news. Nintendo
Oh Lord.
has acquired a studio.
Okay.
They
I
have
heard about this.
acquired Shiver Entertainment, who they're pretty much their claim to fame is porting Mortal Kombat 11 and Hogwarts Legacy to the Switch and having them be like mostly not compromised experiences. So,
Huh.
yep, they bought them
Okay.
from Embracer Group. Financial terms were not disclosed, but it'll only have a minor result on Nintendo's fiscals this year. Um, and yeah, that's about it. I think
Okay.
having a team in Nintendo that is just their whole goal is to help third parties port stuff is awesome. Like,
Sounds all
we'll get the
right.
tech for it working. We got Hogwarts Legacy running this thing well. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out. You know.
As long as they're allowed to do their job and get those third parties ported.
Yep. Um.
Seems good.
Kind of goes in the thing of where like you see all these big acquisitions and Nintendo's being like, we got a port house we bought. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of nice to see that Nintendo's just like, nah, we're fine on our own mostly. Yeah.
This just brings me back to the Pokemon conversations. Like, yeah, we're fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Just keep going.
Yep. In
Uh,
other Nintendo news, though, they're opening a second Nintendo World Store in the United States.
they are.
They are. It is in the fine city of San Francisco in Union Square.
Makes sense.
It is,
No, you were happy about this, Bronson.
I was so geeked. I immediately mentioned but I immediately messaged one of my friends in San Francisco. It's like I sent him a link to the store. I'm like, I'm gonna be visiting you one extra time next year.
Yep.
uh, we'll hang out and go to the
Uh,
Nintendo World Store, and I'll spend too much money.
yeah, sure.
I
But
mean, why not?
oh, dude, it's so sick. It's so sick. So unbelievably sick. I'm so excited. This is cool. I think this is their fifth store in total. They have three in Japan, one in New York. So,
Okay.
um, yeah. Also, do you want to hear something crazy about how successful Nintendo is right now?
Absolutely not.
Too bad.
How dare you ask us such a question?
Uh, Nintendo has made more money with the Switch and during in the Switch years than the entire history of their company.
That's crazy.
Seriously?
Yep.
Holy shit.
People who bought Switches bought an assload of games and played a lot of games on them.
No kidding.
Mhm. I actually
Yep.
have my Switch with me. It's still in my suitcase though, but I have it with me.
Mine's in the other room, but I'm looking forward to playing Paper Mario soon here. That game they put
That's a
out that
game I should
remaster
probably
and
pick
it
up.
looks so good.
I've been
So
seeing all sorts of stuff for Thousand Year Door, and I'm like, I need to get this.
that
I need this.
game was fantastic on GameCube, and now it's gonna be even better.
Yeah.
Also, they released a thing you could print out to make Paper Mario airplanes, paper airplanes.
Oh,
It's on their
fun.
website. So
All right.
dumb little printable thing you can put out. So, but yeah, so Nintendo World Store. I know y'all up in Seattle, so you're probably not gonna come down to visit this.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I'm always down for a trip to the Bay Area. So,
alright. Well, I mean,
I
either
I
that,
went to
but you guys also
The New York one.
what?
I've been to the New York one. I've seen it.
how is the New York
I
one?
it's cool.
It's
I've
fine.
been I've been
Yeah.
to it once. I really dug it. But I'm also a big fucking Nintendo dork. So
I
My
mean,
favorite part was all the Pokemon
I
plushies. There were a lot of
that that
Pokemon plushies. I was into
that's where
that.
Ray got me my Snorlax plushie.
There you go.
is
Yep.
it really?
Yep, it's from the World Store.
Probably my favorite part of the World
Oh,
Tour.
Um.
giant Snorlax you can cuddle with. Great. Cool.
Yep.
I need one.
It's currently sitting next to the couch in the other room.
Oh,
All right. So
that's what I need. I need Snorlax.
all
God
right.
damn it.
So that's the Nintendo news out of the way. Now we gotta get into some Sony news. Uh,
All
What
right.
kind of fuck ups have they pulled today?
this first one really isn't a fuck up, and it's kind of something that's a little bit out of their control. Um, so 50% of the 118 million PlayStation users, um, half of them, so 50%, have stuck with PS4 and not moved on to PS5 yet.
Shit.
Yeah.
Um,
I was gonna say, as someone who is part of that 50%, Aaron,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
how you feel about
Look,
this?
I the game hasn't come along that has made me want to get in there.
it's gonna be Death Stranding too.
It's gonna be Death Stranding
It is
too,
probably gonna be Death Stranding too.
but the point
Oh,
is, like, there
who
just
cares?
hadn't been a game that pushed me over the edge, and I feel like that's just the way it is for a lot of people. It hasn't been a
Or
whole
GTA
ton.
6 if it comes out before. But well, I guess you just play it on Xbox. It doesn't really, But
You could.
Yeah,
yeah.
could in
Um,
theory.
but you know, but anyway, so I think that it is less Aaron's situation of there's not a game to push people over. I think that's part of it, but I also think it's just a lot of people have their one or two live service games, Destiny, Fortnite, Warzone, um, and it's good enough for that, and they don't want to drop
Hmm.
$500
We're
for
we're going back
prettier.
to that live service talk, and it's just like, yeah, what is it like? GTA 6 get like once GTA 6 gets GTA Online, then it's really fucked.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, like GTA 6, I think is going to be the point where you see a lot of these people move.
Right.
Hmm.
Like that's going to be the transition point where a lot of people make the move.
Yep.
And then I also think this is not helped by COVID. Kind of really prolonged this generation a whole bunch because it was fucking nearly impossible to get a PS5.
Hmm.
For that
You know,
first, like, what year?
like almost two. Like
Almost
you
two.
couldn't reliably get a PS5 until like the end of 2022. That
Yeah.
like so basically yeah, 2 whole years of like if you want a PS5, you need to jump through hoops. And then because of this cross gen went a lot longer than it normally does. Because normally you get
Hmm.
like 6 months to a year of cross gen games, but it went like 2.5 years. Like Resident, and like yeah, some of these ports weren't great, but for someone who's like a more casual player, like oh yeah, the frame rate on RE4 on PS4 is not good, but I can still play it and have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know, like versus like and then Sony, and then a lot of games that probably in past generations would have been completely exclusive to PS5, Gran Turismo 7, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon, Forbidden West, um, Spider-Man Miles Morales were cross-gen titles, and they were significantly better on PS5. Especially because I accidentally bought. I didn't actually buy because it came with it, but I accidentally downloaded the PS4 version of Miles Morales at first. I'm like, this doesn't look any better. What the fuck? And then I looked in my files. I'm like, oh my god,
Hmm.
because they
Son
didn't
of a
back
bitch.
at launch. They didn't clearly label shit. Yeah.
Uh,
So
man.
That's their fault.
yes. So yeah. No, it's. I think there's a lot of factors of just there's like Aaron said, in some cases it's a game hasn't pushed them there yet. Like I think that, and that's person to person. Some people totally bought one for Final Fantasy 16.
Yes.
Some people totally
I
bought
bought one for
one.
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
Right.
like I bought one for the better version of Miles Morales, like right at launch. You know,
There you go.
like it's so everyone has a different sticking point, and then also because a lot of people are just they're in that live service hole and they maybe play a sports game, and all those games have come out on PS4, and I believe this year is the first year where we're not getting Madden on the old consoles.
That's
Oh man.
right.
All right,
This
that'll be
is
a big one.
strictly
And
next gen
yeah,
year for Madden.
NCAA I know for a fact is in next gen only.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So I believe
That
they
might
haven't
be
they haven't specifically said it about Madden yet, but NCAA they have.
okay.
So there's that.
Yeah. That'll be interesting to watch the numbers with that specifically.
Yes, and then they have confirmed that Black Ops 6 will be on last gen consoles. So,
Okay.
but is this going to be a case where like it's Modern Warfare 2 and it's multiplayer only? Is this going to be a case where the campaign is taking out like in Modern Warfare 3? Like what is in that product? I guess is my thinking, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. Um yeah, and everyone has that a different tipping point on when that happens. I do think that COVID kind of shot them in the foot, and the longer cross gen kind of shot them in the foot.
Mhm.
So, but I think most of those people will move over eventually.
Of course, it's things move on. These consoles get cheaper eventually, some point.
Maybe
Maybe games aren't. So,
games definitely aren't. I'm curious to see with PS5 Pro most likely coming this year. Are we gonna get a price cut on the regular PS5 and then PS5 Pro is $500, or are they just gonna drop PS5 Pro at 600?
oh man. Oh man.
Is
I wonder if you take your shot. Like again, you're talking about like these bigger titles like your Maddens not being exclusively on these consoles next year. Why would you drop it now? When you have a
um
year, you have this year to take a shot at like, see if they can let's see if they do it.
it was we got a comment in the chat. Good day, gentlemen. Hello, good day,
Hey, what's going
Shills
on?
holes, Shills halls.
Nice.
Uh, so yeah, like if GTA was closer to the launch of that platform, I could totally see them doing 600. And lady, there you go. I could totally picture them doing 600 if GTA was a little closer to launch. But God, I would hope that they would cut the price to 4 and just put the Pro at 5.
That would be
Like
cool.
that's what they did with the PS4 Pro. They dropped the PS3 down to 300 and they put the Pro at 4, I think. I want to say.
That makes sense. And that would trigger like a huge rush to get a PS5 then if you combine these two things.
Yeah,
But
cuz then you would get a bunch of people buying a regular PS5 cuz it's $100 cheaper now.
yep,
And then you would get a bunch of people like me who are, buying pros.
right. No,
You know,
I think it's a good idea. The question is, are they tempted? Are they tempted to try and push their luck on this?
I think they are. I think everything about Sony recently has been very much just like we've hit the cap of what this kind of game can make money wise. And holy shit, making this kind of game is expensive.
Yep.
Because, Sony kind of makes a very specific kind of game, and it's a good type of game that I like a lot. But it's a very specific type of game that costs a lot of money, man hours, and talent to make, and none of that shit is cheap.
Right. And
So,
and they're the ones who especially can't really get away from these big games that are costing more and more and more and more. Like they are kind of the front runners of that kind of game.
Right, and
So,
they make the best of that kind of game.
right.
Like
Yeah.
that's the thing is like they make the you go and you play like Spider-Man 2 and you're like, this is incredible. This is such a good experience.
Eh,
But
yeah.
it was also
Yeah.
$315 million.
Yep. Yep. So I see them trying it. Like I think it would be really cool of them to drop the price and then keep the Pro at 500. But uh shit costs. And yeah, maybe they're thinking like people are just waiting for something to force them, such as a Madden, such as, one of these yearly games not releasing on the older consoles anymore. Just something to force them over.
Yeah, I can see that. Um, Question I have for you. Death Stranding 2 probably gonna be the game that gets you to move over.
Probably.
And then if that's the case, are you getting a regular, or you think you're just gonna shell out for a pro?
What do you get with the Pro?
More powerful console, better frame
I
rates,
mean,
higher
yes.
res.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't see the.
Typically a bigger hard drive also.
Yeah. What's the hard drive of a regular PS5?
Like 827 gigs, something like that.
More or less, yeah.
Like 6 Call of Duties. Um.
Yeah,
uh,
basically.
uh. That's more than enough. Yeah. I'd probably just go with a regular PlayStation. I'm not. If I'm pushing graphics, I'm probably trying to do it on the PC anyway. Um.
that makes sense.
Yeah. I'd
Uh,
probably just get a regular PlayStation. Save a little bit of money.
Fair.
save money for a game.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because it's like, okay, if the difference is $100, like you're
Yeah.
blowing, you a game is 70, so
Yeah.
God, oh, that's yeah. I think if you're doing a PS5 Pro, like, because worst case scenario it doesn't sell and you do the price drop a little bit after. You do it,
Hmm.
or minimum you do it before Grand Theft Auto was out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Yep.
All right, before we move on to the next topic, we do have a comment in the chat. Do you find human beings seriously think GTA 6 will outdo GTA 5 in terms of storyline and character development? Answer when you guys are done discussing the topic, as I am heavily invested.
I I don't know. I mean, they're doing good. Like they've been seem to be getting better and better. But if you're counting like Red Dead Redemption 2,
Yep,
like
like
that story was apparently incredible.
it was great.
Hmm.
So
It's one of the best in video games. I could totally see it. Um, they have a lot of talent. They've been making this game for at least what 6 years, because Red Dead came out in 2018.
right.
More or less, yeah.
So
And
you know,
some people were not really all that thrilled about the Grand Theft Auto 5 story. Um,
I liked it. I just didn't think it was as good as 4.
right.
But like
And
4 was like, man, you just want like a video game critique of the American dream in what was 2008, and man, when you play that game, it seems tame by comparison now. But
I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5 was a bit of a commentary on like the grind and here's someone coming up and then dedicating what's his name? Fucking what were the names of the three protagonists? It was Trevor, it
Michael and
was
Franklin.
Michael and Franklin. Franklin was about that grind and trying to work your way to accomplishing the American dream and then alienating the people around him, during it. Uh, Trevor was just about like just losing your goddamn mind in this
Anarchy. Everything
insane
is
place.
bullshit.
Yep.
And Michael was like just trying to retire out of it, but he still has to live within it, and it's still fucked.
And like Michael like achieved the dream but isn't happy with it.
Right, Right, exactly. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, Trevor didn't, and he's still sort of on the grind, but yeah, he's just been twisted by it all. And then yeah, Franklin's just trying. I think there's some interesting stuff happening in there. I don't think it was quite with Grand Theft Auto 4. There was just this one story that you were following, and here are all these crazy characters around Nico, and uh, easier to follow, easier to. But so this one will be really interesting. I'm very interested in it because like we now have been deep in Grand Theft Auto territory in real life. And
Mm,
when I open up the news, it feels like Grand Theft Auto, and it has for years. So now we're taking place in Florida, and I'm very curious what they have to say about it because
I,
ooh.
right, because like when you read the news or you listen to the news or go on TikTok or Twitter or any of those places, and you're like, this just like there are some things I remember listening to like Grand Theft Auto 5 radio that you could
Mhm.
throw
mm.
on an actual news station today, and I would totally believe it's real.
Mhm.
100%.
Mhm.
100%. I'd be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's something
that sounds about
stupid
right.
someone would say.
Mhm.
But that's the thing is okay, so you go to GTA 6 and it's like if they're just going to try and be satire of today, it's like it's just not going to hit very hard because it's like yeah, no, I've been living this. This is not
Well, I mean, I think that's part of why they said it in Florida. So you could be even like wilder with it.
that's what I'm assuming, right? You can't get any more wilds than is this set in current day?
Current day Florida, yep.
Current day Florida. So like yeah, they're going to try and go as insane as possible. I'm very curious how they take the approach of um the Bonnie and Clyde storyline stance on crime in such a
Mhm.
lawless and ridiculous place, where everything just doesn't make any sense. I'm very curious. They can mess it up. They could do something really cool, but it really depends on what they decide to do, and I don't know.
Yeah, 100%.
But they picked a hell of a location, a hell of a time.
Just
Uh, the potential's there.
just seeing the clips from the trailer that are basically one-to-one news stories that have actually happened in Florida, I'm just like, yeah, they at least still got that part.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
um,
watch the fucking trailer again. This is
dude, I've
such
watched
a
it a
good
million
trailer.
times. I'm dying for it to come
I'm
out.
probably gonna watch it after this show.
Like
Just be
legitimately,
like, "Eh."
when that game comes out next fall, I am considering taking the day off and streaming it all night. You know,
Ooh,
so
Fucking go, baby. Let's
yeah.
go.
so
God,
and then pour one out for all our homies who didn't make it to GTA 6.
God damn, man.
Uh,
Such
um,
a long, long road.
uh, um, okay, so
God, Tom Petty as a music choice was so fucking perfect.
yeah,
Yeah, it
dude, they're
was.
they're
Like,
they're
holy
still on
shit.
point.
Yeah, they
Like
still
their
are.
music choices, like when they did that Eddie Murphy song "Party All the Time" for that Casino DLC trailer, it was
Oh my god,
perfect. It was
yes.
perfect. They did
Unbelievable.
Oh.
when they did Radio Gaga for the Michael trailer for GTA 5. Perfect
Oh.
once again. You know,
Yeah.
Just chef's kiss all around for the team that picks the music for these trailers. It's like, oh,
and it's
so
always
good.
music. And it's always music that's in the game too. All right, so comment in the chat.
Mm.
If I'm a beaver, what animal are you guys?
You're
Why
asking us
ask
what our
this fucking
persona.
question?
You're asking what our persona is. So what's our
I don't even
persona?
know that answer.
Is he talking about the fursona of the podcast or the
No, 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 no. For
fursona
each of
Or
us,
each
for each of
individual.
us?
individual.
All right. What's your fursona, Emily?
I have no idea. I don't even know like what it could be. So I'll leave that up to you, Chucklefucks.
This is
What's
the
what's your favorite animal?
That is a loaded question, sir.
what
What
is
are you
your
talking
favorite
about?
animal?
What's your favorite animal? This is not a
I
loaded
said too
question.
many.
We ask this of 4-year-olds. You can do this.
What is your
Uh,
favorite animal?
my my
Don't
my
know.
my favorite animal is a cheetah. I love cheetahs a lot. Um, I'd love to be a cheetah. I feel like I put out golden retriever energy, except that's less and less over time as I'm just dead inside and rely on coffee to stay awake.
You're like an
There's just like
old
some
golden
dude.
retriever who's just
Yeah,
tired.
yeah.
Like you see the one with like I'm not sure if you ever seen an old golden retriever where their face starts to sag a bit. Like yeah,
Yeah.
like
Ooh, just not quite elderly, but getting there. Yeah, I
Getting up
think
there in age.
if I had a choice, I would be a cheetah, but I think I'm more like an adult retriever. It's like, oh, quiet down, you kids. I love you,
okay.
but
Um, my favorite animal is like an owl. I like owls and
really,
I like owls and tigers a lot. But
wow, I
but
didn't
Guess
know
if
that
like
we're
about you.
staying
what?
on the trend of birds, I'm a blue jay.
Okay,
Blue
hey,
jay?
okay, all right,
All right. I like blue jays. They're cool.
they're cool.
Fun fact,
I
that's
like
our
blue jays.
state bird, the mountain blue jay. Well,
Mountain bluebird, or did they
mountain
change it to
bluebird.
blue
Oh my
jay?
god, Jesus fucking Christ.
I got fucking docked in 4th grade. I remember it to this day because I wrote for the state bird Mountain Bluebird and she docked me because I didn't say the. Fuck you.
The
The hell's your
That.
problem? God.
Oh lordy.
Ugh. Owl or
Ugh.
tiger, Bronson? What if you had to you are sewing your Fursona suit to go to the convention.
My God, sir.
What are you
God.
doing? What are you doing?
Okay, we have to clip this later. We have to, because this is just such good content. Fuck,
Mm.
dude.
Bender, thank you for this amazing question. So anyway, oh, probably owl. I like the
Probably
yeah.
owl. All right.
Persona Bronson making a thing.
Hell yeah.
Personally, in my personal life, my day to day, I feel like I'm a fucking panda bear. Just kind of a
Oh,
lazy piece of.
sure.
I just like to loaf on the couch and eat all day.
I,
Brother on
Sounds
the
like me right
bottom
now.
would be a rhinoceros.
Bro.
There's a tough costume right there. Um,
Bro.
I'm just thinking of the rhino from Spider-Man.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Just a
Mm,
full back suit and then phew.
I wonder, do furries like create their personas around like a franchise's version of a species? Like, because you could be like a Pandaren. Uh,
Mm. World
we
of
did have
Warcraft,
this talk that
Missing
Bronson
Pandaria.
and Ninja were grizzlies.
oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Okay.
All right.
By the way, since
Holy
I haven't done
shit.
it all show, if you're not yet, everyone, you should give us a follow and use your Twitch Primes.
Yeah,
Please. We
support
will.
our fursuit fund.
Oh, I was gonna say, if anything, support my cosplay fund so I could get fucking
Yes,
Ghost Spider and Rogue to life.
Emily actually cosplays, so
Yes.
Can you
So,
that's
cosplay
what it would
a
actually
blue jay?
fund. I'm just imagining Emily in the suit of the character from regular show.
That's
oh,
localized.
fuck off,
Marvel.
you
What?
dick.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
Hey, thank you,
Oh,
Shill
thank you.
Shills.
Thank you for the follow.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
oh Lord! Every Sunday morning we do this lovely show. Um. Anyway. Um.
oh boy.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So. Whoo. All right.
Uh huh. Uh huh. We're here.
I do love the Pandaren.
Are
I
we
don't
still
play
kicking?
one. I find their model weird for the classes I like, but I do love the
Oh,
race
yeah.
and the class.
Like it just looks funky with the armor.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like with warrior and mage, which are my two main classes. Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
All right.
You know, I have one Pandaren character since a monk, and turns out I don't like playing monk. So
Oh damn. All
Monks
right.
are
yeah,
fun, though.
I don't like the way they play that game. Their rotation isn't fun to me.
Oh,
Um.
well,
Hmm.
So.
fuck.
All right.
All right. Well, we got another story regarding a PlayStation executive.
Okay.
Oh
PlayStation
fuck, here we go.
executive says AI is important to Gen Z and Gen Alpha gamers who want personalization across everything.
What?
What?
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Where the fuck are you getting this information from? Like, what the shit, dude?
Um,
No.
let's see. We got a comment in the chat. The lady as a character would be Bulma. I'm not sure if I'm spelling that correctly.
Yeah, Bulma's cool.
Yeah, Bulma.
I like
You could
Bulma.
actually do a Bulma cosplay. I think you could rock that
Yeah.
well. You know.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Dye
I
your hair
guess.
blue. There you go.
Yeah.
Or get a blue wig,
That
because
works
there
too.
ain't no way in hell I'm dyeing this blue. Especially
That's
when
Yeah.
I just got it done.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Also, her name. She's our lovely moderator, Emily.
Hmm.
Hello. Hello.
You need to get a layout that puts our name in the
Right?
bottom left
Yeah.
of each. It requires setting up a scene and like having to cut up each capture into like a small window,
If we
and
can
that
get
can
a
be tough.
consistent cast every week, that wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, you may have to.
And our
Yeah.
fourth chair has been rotating for so long at this point.
Yep.
About to go outside
Yep.
Ninja's house with a boom box. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me.
Didn't say anything up in this bitch. Please do. Please do, Bronson. God.
Um,
uh,
I love having Duncan on
okay.
though. My God, Duncan,
Oh
come
yeah,
back.
Yeah, Duncan's
he's
Totally.
great.
great. Like, I love
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry. We need to push through this story because it just fucking
Just broke
pisses
my
me off.
dude. No, when I was
Yeah,
gathering stories for the week, it broke my brain. Okay,
it's
so
shattering mine right now. Like, what the fuck is this guy thinking? For
um,
starters.
Blazin says I could see Emily as Bulma, and then as for this story, in an interview with parent company Sony, head of PlayStation Productions and head of product at PlayStation Studios, Assad Kieselbash weighed in on the topic of AI when games. He noted in development would allow for more personalized experiences in game, which is of particular importance to those in Gen Z, born in 1997 to 2011, and Gen Alpha, born 2010 to 2024. Advancements in AI will create more personalized experiences and meaningful stories for consumers. For instance, non-player characters in games could interact with players based on their actions, make it feel more personal. This is important for younger Gen Z and Gen Alpha audiences who are the first generation that grew up digitally and are looking for personalization across everything, as well as looking for experiences to have more meaning. AI takes meaning away. It
exactly.
really does.
What?
Also,
I was gonna say, first off, fuck you. Okay.
uh, I missed this in our kick
Oh,
chat. I'm sorry. The random gamer dude says kick fam. So thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
Kick
Hell
fam was
yeah.
good.
What up, kick gang?
Um.
So anyway, yeah, this is dumb. This is so
First of
dumb.
all, the push for personalization, in my personal memory, goes back to fucking iPod commercials.
That goes back to
That's what
Gen
that
Nice.
whole
X,
thing
like
was
putting
about.
patches on vests and shit. You
Right.
know,
Right. You know,
like,
the personalization. That's
like
always
that,
been a
like
thing.
I am so tired of like them being like, let's market personalization to the youths. You know, like, do you remember the 360? Like when they're like, you can replace the faceplate because today's
Yeah.
gamer loves personalization.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Uh, you know, like,
You want people to do like personal like expression and stuff, like do a thorough character creator. Games do that. You can do that. It's
A lot
fine.
of games do that.
Right.
Baldur's Gate 3. My character that I'm playing with the save with my girlfriend is a very ugly dwarf man with a beard. Uh,
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing about this. I have an app that is AI text stuff.
okay.
Mhm.
And you can do like a text adventure thing. People will create scenes. They'll be like, all right, it takes, they usually do like minimal effort. So it's like one paragraph. Here's the name of the place. Here's the stuff going on. And you just got
Mhm.
dropped in it or something.
Mm.
And then you go. You can go more advanced, but anyway, so you jump in, and here's the thing: you can have a fun adventure in that that because it's AI and there's not a whole lot of guardrails, a whole bunch can happen. Uh, Here's the thing though, a lot of it ends up being garbage, and you have to like, okay, rewrite that. That didn't even make sense what you just said. I rewrite that what you just said to me. Try something else, and it'll come up with a completely new scene. And it takes you out of any sort of like adventure, some personal adventure you have, because what you're actually doing is like, okay, I just need you to work. If you can, all right, no, I'm gonna hit the rewrite button and I'm gonna change this word to make it make sense with what you just said a paragraph ago, because this doesn't. It will forget characters that it creates. It will forget places that we've been. It will change your gender at any point while talking to you. Like, if you're going to put AI in your game, it's not going to work the way it does now. It just isn't. There has to be ridiculously strong guardrails that AI cannot operate outside of.
And
Uh,
and the thing about it is like it's wrong a lot of the time. Like I have a new job. I had to use
mhm,
a uh, I make like automation workflows as part of my job. And they're like,
mhm,
"Oh, we have this AI tool where you can like type in what you want to do and it'll like do its best to make it for you." And like I used that to make one, and then I made my own, and mine was more efficient and used less steps
mhm,
because it was just
mhm.
like this is dumb. Okay, comment in the
Yep.
chat on the topic. Gaming corporations have been losing brain cells. It's like the non-executives have no gamer experience or humor interactions. I could argue they don't even own the consoles themselves. Um, I I think some of them do, but they're like Shuhei Yoshida obviously plays games. Phil Spencer obviously plays games, but they're beholden to a bigger entity that is the shareholders or the board at Microsoft or whatever, and they don't have carte blanche to do what they want. And unfortunately, we live in a society where a company must always be growing. They can't make money; they must make all of the money.
Mhm.
You can't make a profit. You need to make all of the profit. You need to
Yeah.
make more profit than last time, which is also
Yeah.
why you see a lot of this push for AI, which I think AI in games could be great. I look at like what the Warcraft team is doing in regards to like, yeah, we use it to fit costumes to every character race because that used to be something we had to do by hand and it took forever and it sucked.
Yep.
Mhm.
Great, that's awesome. That's like perfect. That's a perfect use case for that. But like this shit, where it's like we're using to create personalized experiences.
No.
Ugh.
Here's the
Absolutely
thing.
no.
You can set if you go into creating a game world, an open game world, with the idea of AI being able to take you on a number of different unique adventures, endlessly, unique adventures. It's possible. You can do it. The AI is not there like developed enough to be able to handle it, but it could theoretically get there. And it is possible, but the reason they're pushing AI is so they can save some money. They don't want to, pay writers, they don't want to pay designers to craft the world, which for this AI to work in this context, and especially to have meaning to players in these worlds, you're going to have the writers and the people craft the world anyway to set really strong guidelines and set what the themes like. You can't write a cyberpunk story and like maintain a sense of meaning about what cyberpunk stuff actually is about without human writers setting the guardrails.
So I just thought of like, and you saying this makes me think of the most dystopian thing ever, which is just like an AI writing a cyberpunk story.
Yeah.
Truly the darkest
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna
timeline.
say.
Yep.
Um. Okay, so comment in the chat. AI is popular right now, but they need not to be thrown in on novelty just because they're popular. Don't lose the integrity of your game just to force AI into it. Ultimately, you'll lose. Like that's
Thank you.
part of it.
Thank
Like
you.
I think part of it's a novelty and appealing to shareholders, but like at the end of the day, it's what Aaron said, where it's like they're just trying to cut designers and artists and etc. out of the pipeline
Out of the
because it'll
picture.
save money, and it's
Mm-hmm.
all this is gonna do is it's gonna force more people into indie games. That's all
Yeah.
it's gonna do.
And indie games need all the love.
They do.
You look at Grand Theft Auto 6. Like, you see what that game is doing. That is a human ass touching everything there, and you can see
Every
it.
second
Yes,
of that
yeah,
game
like
is human.
every little animation. Like there's a woman twerking in that fucking trailer, and it has like realistic physics.
I
That's
mean,
You know somebody,
somebody had
like
to model that
someone.
ass.
Yeah, they did. Or at least take some inspiration from
Uh,
people like Megan Thee Stallion
Mhm,
and
mhm.
create that. Case case still stands. Someone did that. Not AI, nothing of that sort. It was an actual person animating that shit.
Let's get super dystopian. Maybe an AI can understand has stored in it an understanding of how human bodies work and move with physics and all that. Let's say it analyzes video of people twerking from a number of different angles and figures out how to do it. Does it understand why? Does it understand the proper context to employ that or not?
I'm just like picturing a computer AI just sitting there like, why does one twerk?
Just like
Dave,
20
why do you
monitors looking
twerk?
at women twerking.
While you were asking this question, I can see Bronson just losing his shit, just laughing his ass off at this question. And I'm just like, oh my God, why?
Oh,
Oh,
man.
dude, no,
Fuck AI.
yeah,
That's
I
all I
took a
have to say.
course,
It's just fuck
yeah,
AI.
like just, yeah, it's something.
It can be
Oh,
used well, eventually, but
If used correctly, yes.
it can't be used to replace people. Like, that's not gonna
No,
work.
you're going to get a lot of angry people
A lot
from
of
developers
Mhm.
and those at the studios, all the way down to us, the fans, the journalists, the gamers. Just don't fuck it up, guys.
like
For the love of
it's
God.
already being used, like in a way, that's what randomly generated rooms and roguelites are. Like
Hmm.
it's already been, and that's like a good use case for it.
That's a good use case. That's
Yeah.
not replacing anyone because people are setting the guardrails for what the AI can do and says, "All
Yeah,
right,
Hmm.
great." And
Yeah.
stay
it works.
within this box and we'll be fine.
Right. The AI needs those guardrails to accomplish what is intended. But the business executive can't be like, AI, make a game that makes $100 bajillion. It's
Uh,
not gonna work.
yeah, no. And comment in the chat from Shills Halls says AI will be the death of corporations. One example is EA using more generative. Yes, I think that's terrible. More generative AI, that's terrible. I think what Blizzard is doing is the correct way about it. We're not using Gen. We're using it for simple, mundane stuff that takes a long time.
Mhm.
That's
Like
perfect
what you were saying
use
with the outfits for every single um
race type.
race
Yep.
in World of Warcraft.
Yep.
Genius way of using AI.
So yeah, no, super super smart. Um,
Neil
next,
Druckmann was also online being like, "Oh yeah, AI, totally," and
yeah,
that
because that's the person I
got a
want to
lot
trust
of
with that.
people.
Yeah.
Have some words for
Exactly.
Neil. I'm sorry, but I do.
A lot of people had some words about Neil Druckmann just in
Probably,
general after that, and I was like, "Damn."
yeah, I'm probably sharing the same sentiment as every other person's like, "What the fuck are you talking about, my dude? The fuck?"
So, we got another news story coming up with a. So supposedly we have some leaks about that Xbox showcase. Multiple sources have confirmed certain things or rumored certain things, and this is supposedly what we are seeing at the showcase. Um,
Which is
comment.
in what, 2 weeks?
Is it? Oh God, it
It's
is.
June
Jesus Christ, time flies, man.
Yeah, it starts June 7th, the summer game show, and then Xbox showcase is the 9th, which is in
Okay,
2 weeks time, folks.
man, this year's just been flying.
Right?
Um,
Yep.
not a game, but Duolingo has an AI reminder widget. It's pretty scary, not gonna lie. It's off-putting. Like, I had cried one
Oh,
day and
bit.
it mocked me by crying because I wasn't
I'm
practicing
sorry.
Spanish.
Ay, Dios mío. Oh.
Oh God.
Oh, the nightmare future is here.
Oh, look at the
Man,
human having emotions. Oh.
man, you want to talk
Jesus.
about
Sorry, sweetie.
like I love Cyberpunk. It's one of my favorite games of the past couple of years at this point. The more I play it, the more I enjoy
Mhm.
it. But man, that is some like every time I play Cyberpunk, I'm just like, yeah, this is just the future, and that's a perfect example. So
What I hate about it is that it's a cooler future than what we're gonna have.
probably we're gonna have a lot more
That's what
beige
sucks.
and a lot more cubes.
A lot more beige. We need more RGB lighting on our clothes. I feel like that's possible,
Yeah, absolutely.
but
Well, we're
we'll see.
starting we're starting with our furniture and then moving to our clothes.
Yes,
So
yes, we're getting there.
so comment but this is what's rumored. So what's confirmed for the showcase is Black Ops 6. And they even have a website called thetruthlies.com where they're playing FMV.
Is that what that is?
Yep.
You linked that. I was like, what the fuck is happening in here?
Yep.
Okay.
So if you want to go watch a bunch of weird FMV related to the new Call of Duty, with the truth lies and like a crazy version of Mount Rushmore. There you go.
That I like that bit of marketing. That's a fun old way of doing things. Um, I don't know how many people are going to see it, but
Um, I yeah, like I always loved that part of the Black Ops games. Is just like here's the campaign of this nightmare like United States Shadow Cabal thing. You know, like playing Cold War and seeing that stuff.
yeah.
Um, Tim, every day we're moving away from Utopia and closer to Cyberpunk. Yep,
Yep.
yep. All right, so but Black Ops 6 is confirmed, and this is what is
Right.
currently heavily rumored with some stuff backing it up. The next Doom title is going to be revealed, and it's going to be called Doom: The Dark Ages and be medieval themed.
Hell yeah.
Interesting.
I I
All
was
Okay.
right.
playing
All
Doom Eternal
right.
this weekend a little bit, and I'm just this game is so sick.
One of the best games in the last decade. God damn.
Both of those games just so good. So I am here for more Doom DLC, man. Let's go. Or more
Mm-hmm.
Doom, a new Doom game. That soundtrack too good.
Ridiculously good.
If you want to just get fired up to go do shit for the day, listen to the Doom Eternal soundtrack. All right. Gear 6. Finally. Finally.
Right.
I mean,
I'm
we've been waiting for
Oh God.
a new Gears game for a while, haven't we?
Yes.
Yup.
100%. Gears 1 through 3 remastered collection.
Finally.
Perfect. Yep. Great. Super here for it. If that comes out, we'll totally do a co-op campaign run. It'll be awesome. Yeah.
Sure.
Ah, hell. Yeah. Aaron, can you give your
uh,
best Coltrane impression for me? Or Baird? I'll take either.
I don't know. I haven't played these games in a while. I can just woo, Cold Train, baby. No, I don't know. Those are the only things he says, right? Yeah, I don't know.
I love that scene in 2 where he just gets on the microphone like, "Oh, you dumb bu-" He just starts talking trash to the entire
Yeah.
bug army. It's so
Oh, it's
good.
so good. God damn it.
Gears 2 and 3 were
You know what?
amazing.
That's what I think modern Gears is missing. Like Gears 1 and 2, specifically 1 though, like just here's just a bunch of dudes having a fucking ball in hell. Like,
Yeah, like
oh,
three had that, but it was more somber, and like 4
mhm,
and 5 have those moments, but it's not quite there.
yeah.
You know,
I understand what they were trying to go for with the later Gears, but like I thought a lot of the fun of Gears was just these dudes being dudes, joking around while like doing some horrible, awful shit.
We got a comment in the chat. It's a little long, but I would like to say the three-prong commentary is really nice. Though sometimes I wish you had light music in the background, maybe
I
changing it to
know.
the games you're talking about. Overall, solid podcast. I would love to do that, but I also don't like getting DMCA'd.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
hence why we have little to no music, except for the
game
opening. So there you go.
soundtracks tend to not.
Depends on who you use,
Uh,
because I uploaded
it
one of our
Depends on who
does.
you use.
I uploaded one of our podcasts with the Nintendo music, and Nintendo fucking went after it.
Which Nintendo music, like Mario?
Yeah, I think it was from Smash Bros.
And just exclusively Third Strike. Third Strike
Just
soundtrack
Third
all the
Strike
time.
OST. Just
Sure,
Street Fighter
I'm okay
music.
with
That's all
this.
you get. I was
Yep.
just like to say, whenever we did Street Fighter 2 music, no problems. So,
Right.
all right. So,
Oh man.
Indiana Jones and Avowed
Right. Yep.
finally seeing
Yeah,
State of
that
Decay.
tracks.
Finally seeing State of Decay 3. Finally seeing Perfect Dark. Uh,
Finally. Fuck.
Fallout 3 remastered.
Okay. People like that game a lot.
They do.
This would be the time.
Maybe do if you make the shooting not terrible, I might enjoy it more.
Right.
I cannot generate interest in Fallout. I just
I love
can't.
the lore. Is the like the TV show is kind of the perfect so Shaw says I would like it a bit more if the podcast on Spotify because I'm always busy and barely get to watch things. I'm working on getting that back up to date. That's kind of a me thing. That's gonna be back on track soon. Uh, you can find Super Gamecast 2 on Spotify for our old stuff, and we'll be getting that fixed next month when I can afford the RSS feed again.
Right, right. The RSS. Oh God.
So,
There might be
in the
other ways to be
meantime,
cheaper. I don't
I
know.
will be uploading these to YouTube, so I'm on YouTube for now. So we're just to put on the background listen. Boo you Eeyore. I'm picturing you just calling me the
Boo you
donkey
whore. Yes.
from Winnie the Pooh. The depressed donkey. Uh, so, um, Starfield Shattered Space DLC, and then Fable.
Finally, we're
Okay.
gonna see more Fable.
Took them long enough.
Some like Fable.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like maybe 2 years ago now that we saw Fable.
I mean, e-whore. Okay.
I mean, yeah. No, because we saw it at the Xbox showcase.
Last year, yeah,
What
they showed the gameplay, first bit of gameplay last year, and then two
has it
years
really been
before
a
that
year
they
since
showed the
that?
trailer. Yeah, it's been in dev for a while.
Fuck.
Apparently the studio that's making that game was the Forza Horizon people, and it's their first like
Oh,
big RPG project, so that's why it's taking a little longer. So,
want to make sure
um,
they get it right, so that's
this,
fair.
yeah,
But even still,
this isn't a perfect dark scenario where it's in development hell.
or a Beyond
Mm.
Good and Evil 2 scenario where it's been in development hell.
Yeah, that's like in super development hell. That's like in like that's like not
Oh,
just in hell, that's chained in the basement of hell with like
I can dream, okay? I can dream for my space pirates, okay?
yep,
Oh.
chained to the ground, ball gag in its mouth, you know. Yep. All right.
Damn
Yeah,
it.
that would be a great showcase if that's the showcase. Um,
I do want to see some more of that Indiana Jones game. I do. So
that's a good studio behind
that'd be
that.
really
This would be a success for me just for Fable and Gears. If I'm being honest.
yeah.
So
Well, we'll find out in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. All
Two
right.
weeks, baby. Let's go.
Speaking of Xbox, and we're going to talk about this game a lot more when we get to what we've been playing because I have been playing it. Hellblade 2 launches on Steam to a peak of just under 4,000 players.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
4,000?
Mhm. 4,000.
So here's the thing. This game hasn't this game been on like boxes?
No, but it has
Or
been
not this one,
heavily.
but the first one.
Once again, no. The only games they've actually had in their console boxes have been Starfield and Halo.
Oh my god,
Mhm.
not even like Minecraft.
Nope, Starfield and Halo.
Wild.
Like the entire back of my Series Xbox is Halo. Is Halo.
Jesus Christ, Xbox. Yeah, this game has just been talked about and talked about and talked about, trailer after trailer, and then like I don't know very much about this game. I don't see a lot of trailers come out, and
I'm
maybe
gonna
that's just
go over
where
it soon. Don't
my
you
eyes
worry.
are at. And like, here's what I want to know. I want to know what the numbers at moment of the day of release for 2. I want to know what the numbers were for 1 because that's what I did. Is oh, it's 2 is out. It's like out finally after all this time. I guess I should check out 1 and see if I'm even interested
I,
in this.
well, its all-time peak of the first one is 5,600. So on
That's
Steam,
all-time peak.
that's all-time peak
Man.
for Steam. This does not include PlayStation or Xbox. So
Fuck.
or Game Pass.
And I even have my Xbox with me, so I could have started playing this and given you an answer on that.
Yeah.
I know.
Um. Okay, so this is a case where this was a game that was marketed heavily, very heavily,
Mhm.
and then it was a case of it feels like a double A game with triple A production values, and the sequel is the same thing. Versus this should be the second one should have been a triple A game with triple A production values, and it does not
Right.
feel like that. And I will get into more why in our next segment. What we've been playing,
Right.
but we'll go over that more later. And then last but not least, Kingdom Hearts, the entire series is coming to PC. Or it's coming to Steam. It is on PC.
Theme.
But
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5 Remix, Kingdom Hearts 2.8, Kingdom Hearts 3 plus Remind DLC will all be in one giant package on Steam.
All right.
I'm so
Nice.
excited.
Good.
The best part about this story, though, the absolute best part about this story, though, was
Is
was the fact that when this was announced, most of the news stories regarding it were, "Oh, Kingdom Hearts is finally coming to PC," but it's been on PC for 3 years, just exclusive to Epic Game Store.
shit.
Yep.
That
Yep.
tells you everything you need to know about the Epic Game Store.
Yep.
There you go.
Those bastards.
So this is great. I hope it runs well on deck. That's my like big hope for it. And looking at what it runs on, I think it'll run pretty well on deck, especially the older ones.
Yeah.
Um, my new favorite question that I keep having to ask every time a game comes out, I'm like, oh, I hope it runs well on deck.
I
Right.
mean, since you've had that Steam Deck, you're like, "Ooh, how does this run? How does this run?"
Well, especially indie games, like it very much has the factor of that the Vita and Switch had of like I only want to play my indie games in that format now.
Yeah,
You know?
Right.
that's
Sure.
fair.
They're like the perfect game for it. Oh, like this Sonic Altered Beast Boy game, like play it on portable. This feels great. Um, yeah, I'd be down to play old Kingdom Hearts games on the portable because they like put these on Switch as well, but they were all streaming, not running on local hardware.
Mm-hmm.
Rude.
So I don't know. Now that you can play them all together and the story's done, Aaron, would you want to play all the Kingdom Hearts games?
I think about it. I think about it. Let's
Especially with
see.
that rumor mill of Kingdom Hearts 4
Oh, that's
churning
a
away
thing. They
like
put out a
crazy.
trailer for that a while ago.
Yeah, they put that out, like, right around my birthday a couple years back.
Yeah,
And there have been rumors circulating ever since.
the
Optional,
Steam
like,
version is getting an
options for
exclusive.
worlds, options for characters.
Steam version's getting an exclusive Keyblade.
That's nice.
I want to see this fucking Keyblade.
The Dead of Night. I'm putting it on the screen right now.
Okay, I want to see this shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so judging by this,
Okay.
my birthday was almost 2 months ago now, but thank you. Um, judging by that Keyblade, it's
Mm-hmm.
giving me a cross of your standard Kingdom key with your Starseeker key with your oh, I feel like there's a third
I
one in
love
there.
how she knows so much about this. It's fantastic.
I'm a Kingdom Hearts fangirl. All of you.
Uh-huh.
No, pull that again real quick. I need to take a look at this.
Oh, God damn it. I just closed it. Give me a sec.
Well, while you're doing that, I want to do How Long to Beat Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5, and
Okay.
main story, hold 65 people, 36 hours.
I beat it in like 28
Tracks.
when. No, I beat it in like 28 and I was like 16 when that game came out.
Right.
I
I
say
don't.
did it like
Okay, it's on the screen now.
25, 30 hours. Okay. No, yeah, it's like your standard Kingdom key, your Starseeker key from Kingdom Hearts 2, uh, mix in with the Olympus keyblade from 1 based on the handle. Um, yeah,
It. The only
that's
way
that's
I
all I
think.
have to say.
The only way I think I would make time to play through these games if it was a let's play.
So you're
That would be it.
saying we should talk to Ray and do a Kingdom Hearts Let's Play?
I'm not
That's
Ray,
saying
if
that. I'm
you are
just.
watching and or listening to this, please.
Oh man.
I'm just, who in the chat would want a Kingdom Hearts Let's Play?
Oh boy.
I mean, other than me.
Other than people who work with us.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh lordy. Okay, so
Oh
I'd love
god.
to know what the hell is up with Kingdom Hearts,
I
but yeah, there's.
oh my god, it's just too much. Like I used to love
It's
that
all sorts of
series.
fucked.
Kingdom Hearts 2 was one of my favorite PS2 games. It is a goated RPG. Everyone who likes a good action RPG should play Kingdom Hearts 2. But man, it's so much. And then the fact that like 2/3 or actually like 3/4 of Kingdom Hearts 3 was busy work. It was fun busy work, but it was busy work. Like
Mhm.
kind of pissed me off a whole bunch.
I
Sure.
can confirm this fact for Kingdom Hearts 3 as someone who
So
just recently beat it, like within the last couple of years. Um, they could have done so much to
yeah,
just trim it or fix it,
I
especially
I
Frozen, especially Arendelle. I'm sorry, I'm calling
yeah,
it.
the
Arendelle
Frozen world
sucked.
took too long. I did love the Toy Story world, where
I loved the toy box. That was so fun.
well, it was fun, but also
And San
mainly just
Francisco,
yes,
but also
but
because I'm a
mainly
big
for the
beer
scene
Kira
where
6 fan.
Woody tells one of the Organization 13 guys, like, "You don't have any friends. Get the fuck out of here."
Basically, Woody telling him to fuck off. That was fabulous. Like, oh, so good.
Hold on, I think I got a screenshot. Oh god
I
damn
know
it, it's a YouTube video.
what shot you're talking about too.
Yeah, it's just like you don't know anything about friends. Like it's just Woody
It's
looking
like
pissed.
you see like this real dark glare in Woody's eyes. It's like right before the final boss fight of Toy Box.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
All right. We're on to what we've been playing. Let's get on to what we've been playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aaron, you play anything past week?
No, I played an hour of Hellblade 1, which is not really a whole lot of anything. Um,
A lot of walking.
I hear Hellblade 1 is like real fuck because it deals
It's
with schizophrenia.
its story is cool. Like I think its story and its audio and its art are all really neat.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
interesting things about it. I'm willing to talk about it when we get to Hellblade 2 real
I just
quick, but I figure we want to get to other stuff first.
all right. Well, okay. So all right. Well, no, we can just dive into Hellblade. Let's just dive into Hellblade.
Okay.
I played Hellblade 2.
Yeah.
And
It's fine. This feels like
Mm-hmm.
two different games, like molded into one, in a big way. Um, um, you know, in the fact that it is one of the most like impressive games I've ever seen from a presentation standpoint. It is probably the best looking game of the generation. It has
Mm.
some of the most impressive audio I've ever seen in a video game,
Okay.
but its story has zero depth, and it it's one of the most boring games I've ever played. Uh, yeah. So yeah, that's. It is literally the puzzles are you walk around and you stare at certain things. The
Still?
yeah, like at least so far. I'm only almost 2 hours in. But
Okay.
you kind of
But
just
it's like a
walk around.
6-hour game. I looked online. It's like to beat it 6.5 hours.
I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard it's 6 to 8 hours depending on what you do. But you walk from place to place. Like to solve these puzzles, like I don't do any of the looking for them. I just walk around until I feel the vibration, and then start looking, and it's almost always right there.
Right.
And then the combat is fine. Like it's like you can kind of get away with just, oh, they're swinging, block. Okay, I'm gonna use light attack until I can land a hit. I'm still in the early part of the game. It might get a lot harder or more engaging, but it's just fine. Like it the way I've been describing to people is, do y'all remember the Order 1886?
yeah.
I
So
didn't play it, but yes.
so it's Microsoft's Order 1886. It is a game where the presentation, for the time, is spectacular, and the concept is really cool and interesting, and the audio is great, but actually playing the game sucks.
Man, I just
At least to me, a lot of people seem to really like it. It's sitting at an 81 on Metacritic right now, and the user reviews are positive, relatively. Like, yeah,
Relatively.
you know.
do I need to have played the first game through to play the second one?
No, they do a recap at the beginning of it.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
You
you
can.
can just jump right in,
Yep.
basically.
Yeah, they do a recap. They're like, this is what happened in the first one. So
all right. Well, let me check it out to see.
yeah, I'm gonna make more progress because I'm curious. But the thing is, if this game didn't have the expectations of being a first party game, it probably would be liked a lot more right now. But with being owned by Microsoft and being a big first party promoted game, um, it comes with a lot of expectation. You think, oh man, the first one was a double A game with triple A production values and cool ideas. Let's see what that
Hmm.
Microsoft money do. And that Microsoft money kind of did more of the same thing, but not as interesting. So
Damn, man. All right. It's they put so much work into this game, and I'm just and Xbox is like looking for wins, and they let the studio just kind of, as far as we know, let the studio just do its thing.
yeah,
All right, we're gonna make this I'm guessing cinematic experience, uh, and you're gonna be that kind of game for us. Um,
yeah, and
uh,
it is a cinematic experience, and I hope they can expand on it. But it just feels like Microsoft doesn't know how to develop a studio and get them to grow. Like like this should have been a case of Naughty Dog going from Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 2. Instead, this would be
mm,
Naughty Dog going from Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 1 again.
man, I don't
Yep.
know. And then hearing more and more what little
Th-
crumbs we get of
Thank
how the
you,
Gamecast
Shills
model
Halls. Thank you for
works.
tuning in. Thank you for following. You a homie.
Yeah, thanks for hanging.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just hearing how the Game Pass system works and the struggles they're having with that, and there's no game that's pulling people in to experience Hellblade 2. Like, it's, I'm very worried about how this is going to be for those developers going forward.
Well, they they at least have another game greenlit, Project Mara.
That's
So
good. All right.
at minimum, they're getting one more.
Okay.
So
I
yeah,
want to check it out. I want to check it out and see what's up.
I'd say do so. It's at least interesting to look at minimum. At minimum, interesting to look at. Cool idea.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, that's that. The other new things this week. Doesn't look like M did anything new. Kind of keeping up on her live service grind. How's Dreamlight Valley and
And
Speedstorm going?
Speedstorm actually just came out with a new racer. You can play Kermit the Frog,
Hell
which
yeah. All
is pretty
right.
cool.
Does he
Yeah, there's
scream when
actually
he
a
does
trailer.
stuff? Ah!
Actually, I think that's one of his victory emotions when he crosses the finish line in like first place. It just goes
See, now you made
no,
me
but
want to
his
download the game. You made me want to like check this
well,
game
I mean,
out.
Wreck-It Ralph is out right now. So you can have
Ah,
Fix It Felix, Wreck-It Ralph, Vanellope, King Candy, and Sergeant Calhoun,
okay,
which
all
I'm
of
only
those are
missing Ralph.
great, but they're not Kermit the Frog.
I know. He just came out too, like this last week.
Um,
Um, but his power up when you reach I think it's like level 15, level 20 for your racer, he plays Rainbow Connection on his banjo and it's a speed boost.
Okay.
So if there's no one like around you, you like keep going.
God,
But
this
if
game
there's
has 7
someone around you,
seasons. I'm sorry, continue
huh?
what you're
Hmm.
saying. I was like, God, this game has 7 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
They're
Um
going.
and if there's someone like in your vicinity, they decrease and you gain some of that boost, which is kind of cool. I
Man.
have yet to unlock him because he's a little tricky to do because you have to do certain things to get that racer. But when I do, I will let you guys know.
All
Yeah, like
right.
I'm
Hell
looking
yeah.
at like the roster, and it actually is kind of fleshed out.
Yeah, it's
Eh,
big. Like
eh,
you've got Jack and Elizabeth from Pirates of the Caribbean, you've got Mulan and Shang from the aforementioned film. You have every single Disney and friend, like Mickey and Friends. So Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy,
so,
Pete, Steamboat Willie, Oswald. You have Little Mermaid. You've got Lilo and Stitch. You've got ugh,
oh,
the
you can
roster
play
is
as Hades
huge.
from Hercules. I love that.
Yeah, you can play as fucking
Nice.
Hades.
Okay. Yeah.
He's a dick. I will say that.
Hades, Lord of the Dead.
I mean, yep.
Um, you play as Gaston.
Oh
Sure.
yeah, you can
Good
also play as
lord.
Beast.
Yeah, but
Oh, okay. All
yeah,
right.
okay.
Yeah.
Aaron, what
So
Disney character would you want to play as, or Pixar?
Oh God, I don't
yeah,
know.
because there are Pixar characters in this. Like you have
What
Bo
that's on the
Peep
roster?
and yeah,
Yeah, Wally and Eve are on here. It looks like.
Eve.
Where is this roster?
I'm on the Wikipedia page. I'll send it to you right now.
Okay. I need to know what I'm working with here.
I mean, it is a huge list. I only have like maybe half of the roster,
I
more
like
or
the idea
less.
of playing with Genie from Aladdin.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
his
fun.
face looks weird though. This looks uncomfortable. Well, I'm bringing this up on stream. Look at this. Oh,
there's there's some face stuff happening here and there.
oh, that is uncomfortable.
Um, let's see here. All right, we got a couple Mulan characters. We got Pirates of the Caribbean. J- Just seeing Jack Sparrow in like a modern car and modern suit is the weirdest
Oh,
thing.
oh, one
I
one
don't
of the
like
best
it.
ones is someone drew concept art of what Mufasa would be. It's like the first
Oh
comment.
no. Yeah. Oh my god. Let's see. Walt Disney World Figment. Who's Figment?
Yeah, Figment is the mascot for Walt Disney World in Orlando.
I'm sorry, what? Who
I'm
is
happy.
where have you been hiding? Who is this person?
It's obviously a Disney World thing only, and we're from the West Coast, so
Yeah, that's
Yeah, he's a purple dragon.
I just like the idea of a theme park built around Mickey Mouse and all of these cartoons you've made. And it's like, we need a mascot. The fuck are you doing? Let's see. Are these people making wisecracks as they race? I would hope so.
Some of them do.
Okay.
please tell me
Some of them
Gaston sings
are
"Nobody races like Gaston."
Gaston.
That'd be pretty
No
funny. That'd
one.
be pretty funny. I would
Uh,
probably go Stitch. I'm still scrolling. There's so many racers, but I'd probably go Stitch.
Stitch is cool. Stitch is a
I,
fun one.
I,
And
I love Stitch.
his power up is his blasters.
I, I, w-
Okay.
I was gonna
So
say Genie until I saw his face. Uh,
um, I'm feeling either Stitch or Jack Sparrow, but I don't like looking at Jack Sparrow in modern clothes, so maybe it's still Stitch. Um,
I'm going Kermit. Kermit seems like the play here.
Kermit seems Kermit is hilarious. His car is fantastic. Oh, Kermit's a good one. Damn,
God, yeah, that is pretty sick.
and it shows you like all of their stuff and what it does with this. So
that's
All
pretty
right.
cool. All right.
Vanellope glitches, which is really cool.
Yes, good, good. Lore accurate.
And she's a speedster, which is even more accurate.
Um.
Oh, yeah. All
All
right,
right.
that's cool.
So. All right. Well, there's that. All right. What do we got? Next up? We have. You did Dreamlight Valley. Anything new there?
Two new characters. I'm still working on getting that second character unlocked.
It was the
So we have
second
Daisy
character.
Duck,
Daisy Duck.
Oswald, the lucky rabbit,
Okay. Fair enough. Um.
and he's part of the Act 2 of Rift in Time DLC.
Um. All right. And then let's see. We have I played some of that Miss. So World of Warcraft is doing a timed event called World of Warcraft Mists of Pandaria Remix, where you make a character with current balance and current dragon riding, but everything is locked to Pandaria, and like it does all like it's basically like if you took a Diablo season and then WoWified it. Like you earn gear that you put gems into that give you special abilities or abilities from other classes. So like I have an ability that turns me into the crane god, and I just start blowing shit up and running around super fast. It's
All right.
genuinely just fucking awesome. Balance is nonsense. Everything is OP. And you earn this currency by everything you do. Scrapping materials, doing raid, doing dungeon. There's raids when leveling now. Like you can go do Mogushan Vaults at level 25.
Wow.
Like it's just this weird, wild experiment they're doing, and you can unlock all this super rare stuff from Mists of Pandaria from just playing. And also you get an absurd experience boost, so capping a character is absurdly fast, and that carries over to alts. So man, if you're looking to cap a bunch of alts for War Within, go play this.
Huh.
Like I have played like 4 hours and I got a mage to level 32, and now he has 96% extra experience.
Okay. Yeah.
And once you cap your character, that carries over to all alts in the mode.
All right.
And when you're done, these characters, not their weird powers and whatnot, but just the characters themselves, carry over to retail. So
Okay.
yeah, it's
Damn.
cool. It's really cool, especially if you like Pandaria. I just have trouble with like time limited modes like this. They're always really hard for my like brain in the
Yeah.
context of an MMO. Like in
Right.
a game like Halo, they're like, you have 6 weeks to get this armor. I'm like, cool, that's a neat thing. I now have a Needler Mohawk. But like in the context of a game where the whole concept of an MMO is like, this is a permanent character, it's kind of a hard thing for my brain to reconcile.
Sure. Ugh.
Played Halo Infinite a whole bunch this week.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, I was kind of just in the mood for an arena shooter. Like it was just what I was in the mood for, like a multiplayer shooter, and I wasn't in the mood for COD. And then I thought about what other ones are there, and it's basically Halo.
Okay.
Because other shooters are like team based, like Overwatch, or not team based, but like hero based, like Overwatch or Valorant.
Right.
And
Right.
then you got like
Yep.
Counter Strike, which is its own thing and also absurdly sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, wow, Halo kind of outlived all of them besides COD, eh? Okay. Um,
And then there are smaller shooters, but they're smaller shooters.
right, and they're not multiplayer based. Like, I can go play Severed Steel. I can go play Tree Pang. They're good games.
And didn't Tribes release a new game?
No fucking idea. I know
And then where's the Portal one?
Splitgate. I don't.
Splitgate.
That
What's that?
game,
How's that
like,
doing?
you look at the Steam charts for it though, and it doesn't seem like many people are playing it.
Well, again, I'm saying smaller. They're here. Yeah, Tribes 3 came out in March to mostly positive reviews.
So like, Splitgate has like 400 people playing it on Steam.
Damn.
You know,
Yeah.
versus like you look at the Steam charts for Halo Infinite, and they're not doing great, but it's at 3,200 in the past
I
right
mean,
now, and
yeah.
4,500 period.
People just aren't into that old kind of shooter, it seems like.
Yeah, and then
That's
the
just
Master
it.
Chief Collection has even more than that on Steam, funnily enough,
Right.
which is
Yep.
hilarious.
Yep.
So, uh,
Champion-based shooting.
yep, I want my
What the
champion. I want
MOBA
flat
hath
starts.
done to us.
You know, I think it's gonna circle it back around eventually. It's
Oh,
gonna
sure, of
happen.
course.
I think that's
But
what's gonna end up
what's the
happening at
game
the
that's
end of the
gonna
day.
do it?
But yeah. So I got they changed the way they do content in that game.
Yeah, that's right.
So for those of you who missed the uh Street Fighter thing we did, I talked about it briefly. Where the way they used to do it is they used to have a battle pass that would come out every like 3 to 5 months, and it'd be $10. But if you finished the previous battle pass, it would give you enough currency to buy the new one, and then you would
Hmm.
just play through it and you're good to go. What they're doing now is instead of a big 50 to 100 tier battle pass that updates every 3 to 5 months, they're doing a smaller 20 tier battle pass that updates every 6 weeks, and it is free provided
Okay.
you finish it while it's active.
Right. So
If you
it's
don't
really
finish,
encouraging you being in this grind.
which in my opinion is not that much of a grind. Like I capped this out in a week, and I was playing outside of Saturday. I was only playing a couple hours a night.
All right.
So it's not that, and you have 6 weeks to do it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it is a bummer though if you're like me and you missed two of these. And one of them was a grunt themed event. It has all this grunt themed armor that looks hilarious. And I'm like, I'll pay the $5. Yeah, so that's different. Um, I don't know. I still wish they give you the currency for the future ones, but it does kind of seem like they're trying to drum up like, please buy stuff to keep Halo alive.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah. So,
If it keeps it going, great.
um, yeah, it's a great game. If that game launched in the state it's in now, it would be a well-loved shooter in the Halo franchise. Everyone would talk about
Mhm.
how great it is,
Yep.
but it didn't. They launched it in pieces over time. So, the
Oh
funniest
well.
part though is they have the ability to make campaign missions in Forge now and firefight in
Okay.
Forge now,
Okay.
Oh
and
shit.
s-
Okay.
and they somebody made effectively a Call of Duty Zombies mode, but Halo,
That's right.
and
Yeah.
it's in matchmaking now, so you can just matchmake into Halo Zombies, like not the Zombies mode, but like wave-based zombie thing like Call of Duty.
Hell yeah.
It's really cool. It's really
That's
cool.
great.
Um, if you haven't yet, Halo Infinite's pretty sick, guys. It's a good game. It's a fun game.
It is.
They need to make their lobby system good like Bungie did, though. I will say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so, all right. Next up, and last but not least, hey, we did some Street Fighter 6.
We did play a
Yes, we
little bit of
did.
Street Fighter 6.
Um, man, that game is fucking awesome. That game is so good getting back into it. Like, there's so much to keep track of, but it's so good. And on top of it being so good, Akuma seems dope. He seems so good.
Right.
He seems so much fun. Like, I only got to play around with him in modern, but just like jump, air fireball, low kick, like it's just awesome. Yeah, no, Zangief got buffs.
Yeah.
Zangief
Sure
got
did.
buffs. Those were fun. I I beat a Master Guile once in a round.
That's
Uh,
right.
you know, I hell yeah. Turns out all that Zangief needed was damage buffs across the board to be viable.
Yeah.
You
Sounds
know.
about right.
Um. So yeah. Uh. I don't know. Akuma's neat. He's really neat. He feels like a slower Ken
Right.
with more tools. Like like it feels like Ken is fast, Ryu is middle, and then uh Akuma is slow and strong and has
Mm.
absurd long combos.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the way it feels like at least. Um, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
Street Fighter continues to be doing very well. I'm very interested in what the next batch of characters are going to be.
Same, big same. I'm curious what the next four is. I'm looking forward to it. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you want though? Who do you want?
Oh Lord,
Mm.
I know we talked about this a while on the stream itself, but just like let's see. I don't know. I don't know. There's so many people. I think we were talking about Hugo or Poison. Um,
Hugo. All right. Hugo, Poison, Dan, El Fuerte, Rufus. There you go.
people would be
Yeah.
so pissed if El Fuerte got in.
Why does everyone
Would
hate
they
this
though?
man? What did he
Why?
do?
Um,
Who hurt you,
I think
Jared?
one of it was
Hurt
like
you?
what it was like the sounds. I'm trying to remember what it was they hated him so much for. But you go and ask about El
Why?
Fuerte anywhere, like people get pissed.
Fuck
um.
them.
Yeah.
Love
Then you
the
got
idea of the character.
Baraka Khan, Turkish oil wrestler. He has his oil mechanic back.
That's right. That's right.
Does more damage. Does more moves. Um. All right. I don't know. But yeah, Kuma's cool. This season's cool. Like I'm having a great time. You know. Like that. Like truly having a blast. So.
Yes. Yes. Um,
Uh. Yeah, it made me want to get back
gameplay
into it.
wise,
Sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Gameplay wise, he's annoying as fuck. Character wise, he's also annoying as fuck. Let's see.
I can't with these people. Like, Jesus Christ.
He's a dull, less interesting clone of Ramon from King of Fighters. I wouldn't know anything about that.
No concept.
I like having a lucha character, but this guy is just annoying. Any character that makes the game only fun for the one playing them is not a well-designed character.
Jesus.
That's a weird uh, criticism for like a fighting game. I don't know. It isn't the whole point. You're trying to like have your fun, and you're trying to stop them from doing the thing that they're doing, which frustrates them. You might define that as not having fun. I don't know. That just seems weird. Huh. This guy literally made me smash my controller 10 years ago. I will never not hate him. Okay.
All
Yep.
right.
People don't like him just as a character.
Fair enough. All right.
Weird.
Well, I think that's it.
I think that's it. I think we talked a whole bunch about video games.
I think we did. Mission accomplished.
Yes.
We've achieved the mission.
Whew.
All right.
All right.
We'll be back next week. Probably more Friday Night Fights this week, depending on if Aaron can make it or not.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know, scheduling hard, adults, all that stuff.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah.
A little bit, but
All right. We'll talk to you guys later. And you have a good time.
All right. See ya.
Bye. We love you.